I think that one's more fun.
What up?
Yeah, what up? What's going on?
What's going on with you?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Enable.
Let's see. A lot of emotes in chat. Oh, okay. There we go. Nope, not that. Oh, James. No, Eric or Dave today. Dave is actually now doing, I think during the summer at this point, he said he's doing bike-related stuff with his daughter and a camp and all that stuff, so he won't be on Saturdays with us right now. Eric is on his way to Chicago this morning for a little thing with the wife today, so we'll miss him, but I was thinking about him hanging out with us and making fun of people. Speaking of, there's Dave.
Enable.
That's awesome.
Dave getting all the parts.
Dave's been the enabler lately. Oh, I haven't done this yet, and I'm not going to reveal.
What?
But in case people replay this too. Look! Ooh, what's this?
Whoa, those are black bags.
Yeah, what are these?
I don't know. They're black bags. I see black bags on it.
Yeah, mystery. So there might be video coming up on these at some point. Yeah, there you go. Some practice.
Oh man, already? Oh
yeah, this music goes up and down a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I meant more of that.
Ah.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh no! Oh man!
Yeah, we're going right to it.
Man.
Damn, Greg. Oh. Clear the pipes.
Ooh! Check that. 84%, baby. Clear that house.
Anyway, so everybody's well this morning. And if you caught the title of the stream and what I have here, yes, Castle.
Castle. Had to go with a live one that time, Matt.
Castle.
Lol, Lego.
Oh, Jesus, we're in trouble now.
Always in trouble. Anyway, so first, my grape juice today. Cheers.
Black motor oil.
Castle, and it's fantastic. This is my art skills right here. That's how good I can draw.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to try my hand at actually mocking something Castle medieval related today. I have no idea how long this is or how this is going to go. It may go really crappy. Or it might go really well. We'll have to see.
Oh, boy.
All right. So I'm going to put a couple things off my shelf here.
Oh, dark blue, one by ones, tempting, tempting, so tempting. Must have the discipline. All right. So.
Must have the disciplines.
Huh?
The discipline.
So last night I was doing some sketch work because I am going to try my hand on another vehicle mock inspired by Jang's minibus. I am going to try to build one. So I was sketching some stuff last night. So yes, I know there's no wheels on my sketch. I wasn't worried about the wheels. The wheels on the bus will make the bus go round and round. Yes, I know it will. But
the wheels on Greg's bus don't go round and round.
No, because there's no bus. I mean, look. I mean, I got parts. I have parts. I have many parts.
All right, so I have no idea exactly what I'm going to do, but I want to try mocking like a peasant hut or a couple of them just for the hell of it. So I've had these sitting around for a while. Ooh. I got off with Pav at some point. I've got these. I've got some of these. I'm just going to try random stuff.
Cool. Oh, look who's joined us.
Oh.
G'day. G'day, everyone.
G'day, Nate.
G'day. G'day.
How's it going, Taz?
I'm well. How are you?
Pretty good. Already a few laughs today.
That's the way.
Yep.
G'day, Brick Sergeant. Good to see you, mate. G'day, g'day.
Yes, my wheels do go clunk, clunk.
Well, I thought I'd pop in and say g'day because I know Cliffy's doing his thing as well. But I wanted to spend some time with you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's been fun.
I'm sure there's a number of people probably hanging out over there to catch the start of it.
Yeah.
Yep, and I yelled at him for starting at my time.
That's what I was saying in the hour of power. It's like we're going to be torn between some streams for a bit.
All right, so I'm just going to build these things on a couple plates just to kind of experiment because that's all it's about right now. It's just experimenting. I have no idea what these are going to look like. They're going to be four people houses, I guess.
I'm finishing bag one of the little city police patrol boat set.
Sweet.
So that's what I'm doing at the moment, just the smaller builds. Already bag two was the larger boat, which I'm still I'm umming and ahhing about what I'm going to do with that boat. I don't think I'm going to keep it as a police boat. I'm thinking of some type of maybe a charter boat or like a a charter sort of fishing boat or something like that. Maybe it's to me it's got like the hull for that boat. I could see setting it up as a fishing trawler, or no, sorry, not a fishing trawler. Sorry, a charter boat that you'd send out to say a reef for game fishing or just sort of fishing like that, and have take people out on fishing experiences and things like
Oh
that.
yeah, definitely.
I think that set would do, or that well, not so much that set, but the boat hull from that would go well. Now I can't remember, guys. Did I show you where I got up to last time? I know, Matt. I've shown you some photos, but I haven't done much more since then. I haven't had much of a chance to with the floating restaurant.
You definitely have shared the photos with me, and I think you did a little bit last night on Stud and Dud.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
It's still very much a work in progress, but it's. I was able to spend a bit of time on it last weekend. I haven't had any time this week to work on it, but it's getting there. I'm still.
Let's go in on that here. Whoops.
Whoa!
There you go.
Wow!
See,
I wanted to have
that,
like
I like that
little
third floor.
Yeah, and Brick Sargent suggested it. I had been thinking about it, but I sort of poo-pooed the idea myself earlier on in proceedings because I was grappling with what I was going to do for the side, for the port and starboard side, for that level to raise up the actual like the upper deck to have a wheelhouse or effectively a bridge. So what I wanted to do was still have the similar colors from the bottom deck, to sort of match the, this part here. But I wanted to have this part to be level with the railing or the fence pieces that I've used for railing. So it looks a little bit sort of, I don't know. I mean, it's not too bad. I'm happy with it as it is now, as far as look and feel of it and everything. Obviously, there still needs a lot more work, but it will have basically a full lower dining deck, and those little brown plates are trying to represent the tables at the moment. So I've just got to do a bit of a layout there. But then I've got a stairway going up to the bridge deck, and I've got 2 doors either side for the pilot house. And then, of course, I've got the markers as they are in real life, the colours for the markers and everything as well.
Yeah,
so
very cool.
It's getting there. It's getting
absolutely. I'm digging it.
That looks awesome, Taz.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Very cool, buddy.
So, unfortunately, still a while away from finishing this one, but now that I've made my main aim was to get the bridge designed, get it done, or started at least. So now it's just a matter of finishing off, more detailing. So it's.
Hey.
What's up?
So there we go.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I'm just gonna go in real quick. This is like, again, experimenting and just putting things on each other, clutching and thinking. Again, this is supposed to be like a peasant house, and I want to make it look like it's kind of ramshackle. So I want to try to go for a bunch of colors and texture to it. Like this will just have like a little doorway here, maybe a couple little windows and stuff. And I just want to have a few of these like situated, in the various spaces I'll have.
So is this for your medieval sort of area, or
Yeah, definitely. Hence the the background music as well. So I don't know. I'm just I have no idea how these are going to come out. I'm going to play around.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do want to have like little peasant houses, in there, because I feel like that's going to make it authentic, is to have something like that. So that's what I'm trying to do here.
That's a good suggestion from Brick Sergeant. I could use the police boat sort of hull as a support boat. That, or I'll try and make it like more of like a little charter boat. But I like that idea, though. It's another good idea.
Yeah, that would be a cool idea.
Sure. Hey,
Oh,
Scotty.
thanks, Scotty. I appreciate that, buddy. And Greg's going to hate me for this.
I'm gonna hate what? Oh no! What are you doing?
I'm even going to bring in some masonry bricks. Oh yeah.
Why would I hate that?
Because I'm flexing.
No, if you went like, if you pulled out, say, the sherbet container of tiles, then I would not be thrilled with you for flexing on your tiles. But masonry brick? Okay, yeah. Now, see, now you're flexing. See, now that's not. But now, yeah. See, that's uber flexing now, buddy. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep.
I mean, reach without dumping. I mean, isn't this flexing too?
Yeah, that's a bit of flexing there, Matt. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, now that's flexing. Now I'm just gonna go back into my hole and be quiet.
Let's see. Anyway, all right. So would this look good having gray masonry brick on here? No, but maybe the dark tan. Let's put this in dark color for that. All right.
Where's TJ with the flex tape? All right.
Try this.
So give me something. Like this over here.
What do I want to do for a doorway?
Doorway?
I think I want to have. I think I want to have like a small entrance.
Oh, I just noticed this is a different piece than what he had.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Huh. It's a different piece. It's totally different. I'll still work.
What do I have in 4x4 plates? This isn't everything. I'm not going to get everything out, but gray, green.
Oh.
I think in my other drawer, I've got tan and black. And I also had bought a while back when I was first going to food mills a whole bunch of these yellow ones to use as kind of just underneath stuff.
I think the quick answer is yes.
Taz doing the fun little transition there. I saw that.
It's not as smooth as I'd like it to be, but I'm having trouble getting OBS to sort of try and smooth it out a little bit, and I don't quite know. I was trying for a few hours last weekend, just mucking around backwards and forwards doing different things, but I couldn't couldn't quite get it to work as I was, how I was wanting it to. So,
yeah, OBS is a fun one.
Yeah. But it sort of works enough. That one I think is it calls it. It's not just a simple transition. It's a what does it call it? It's got a name. It's just like a specific name that you can use as like a transition. See, if I do that, it does the swipe transition.
Hmm.
Or if I press the other, because I've been using hotkeys on the keyboard, it does that little video thing. It's called a stinger. In OBS, it's called a stinger. Is that little thing? I've seen other people do it, and they do it way better than me. So a lot to learn.
Yeah, I'm still always learning.
But with the other one, if I go back to the other camera,
Yeah,
you
it's
see
tough right now, Scotty. I hear you on that, bud.
yeah. Yeah, masonry bricks. Whenever I see them on the pad ball, I try and get as much as I can.
Last time that my store had them, when I got those 1x4 tan ones a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
When I got there, he had told me he got them on Friday. I got there Saturday at like noon or whenever, after we finished the morning stream here. And he had saved one cup for me. And the only reason he even had a cup was because he had put it aside knowing I was going to be coming in. He only got the boxes, I don't know, like a decent sized box that usually is filled with brick that they get. He said that box was filled like a third of the masonry brick. It wasn't even halfway full. So it was running out really quickly. And he wanted to put some aside as long as I was coming in. So he said that they're trying to get them dispensed across stores, and that's why he didn't get very much. I was like, yeah, got any. So I was like, that's some awesome VIP customer service right there, though.
Yeah, for sure. There we go.
And let's go to Low Lego.
Hi. Yeah. I have pieces.
You have pizza? What?
I have pieces. I have like something pseudo built.
Yeah, you have a window.
I got a window. I got some bow pieces. I got 1x1 stud on the side with a couple of plates, a couple of Technic pins, and a 4x4 brick. Oh, there's macro.
Raw Lego.
Hey, Mark. I don't know if you were around or not. I did send you an invite because I saw you were up on Taz's stream earlier today.
Yeah, good to see you, Macro. Hope you're well, mate. G'day, g'day.
Let's see, what am I going to do for Windows?
That's where. Okay.
So this one that's playing, they go back and forth with these different types of music that's included in this stream list that I'm playing. This one sounds almost Harry Potter-like. And then it ramps up.
What's that?
And then the music starts ramping up.
Oh. It came in like a wrecking ball?
What?
I came in like a wrecking ball.
I did that one.
And since Mark is here, cheers to Canada.
Oh, that is awesome. I always say Macro is blessed with some very, very awesome scenery over there in Canada. Amazing. So like in some places, you know, no matter where you point your camera, you've got like postcard, you know, postcard level, you know, scenery. It's
Ooh. Matt, check this.
Mark, I would absolutely love it if you want to do something like that, dude.
yes, definitely.
Please
Macro.
do. Please do.
Hey, morning, Paul.
Morning, Paul. How you doing, man?
G'day, Paul.
For folks that are coming in recently here, I'm experimenting. I'm doing like peasant houses for the medieval realm, just literally putting parts on each other right now just to try to think about what I want. I want them to look very ramshackle. And I think that's kind of where I'm going with this.
Accommodation on a budget.
So I'm also thinking I don't want to put like regular doors in here, but I want to do something kind of like this. I just have kind of like a little entryway.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like that kind of makes sense. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's like it's just a patchwork of stones and all that kind of stuff. I think is the idea that I'm going for here, and I'm going to have some little windows in there.
That's cool. That music is awesome.
It's appropriate. Throwing random headlight. Oh, I should get the headlight bricks out. Ooh, good idea.
I used to love that in World of Warcraft. They would often have in some of the taverns that you'd go into, they'd have that style of music playing. Like the music would come, you know, would come through the speakers or your headphones or whatever as part of the like game music. It's awesome. I still love it.
I'm going to add another color to this because I have a whole crap ton of these now, but I have a bunch of these dark red headlight bricks I got off the pad wall. So I can add in some external texture and parts onto that, like Macro was saying there. Give it a little bit more depth. Thank you, Scotty. So, let's see, what do I have for... So then I can do things like this.
Oh yeah, did you see Macro's comment there, Matt?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm working on right now. I'm substituting in some headlight bricks.
Oh, cool.
And I'm adding some tiles onto the side of them to kind of give it just a little bit more 3D texture.
Yeah.
So I'll show an example here. Let me pop myself back up here. So like right here, I just popped in a couple of those headlight bricks and put in a couple tiles, so it's not quite as flat.
Yeah.
Like in front here, same idea. I'm going to have like a sloping roof on here, I think, so it won't be just a flat little thing.
Yeah.
But I definitely am trying to only obviously use parts I have on hand here for a lot of what I want to do.
That's where the challenge lies as well.
Yep.
VR Gamer Life. Hello.
G'day.
Hello, VR Gamer. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you here. Yes, medieval builds. Well, attempting. I'm trying to knock out just like the idea of like a peasant hut or something. This is like the first time I've ever done anything like this. Trying to use only parts I have on hand. Things I could put into the medieval realm.
Oh.
Thank you for following. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Looking over at all the parts bins here. Ooh, other ideas.
Uh-oh.
No, nothing bad.
No, I'm saying, you got ideas. And you're moving along. I'm still way far behind.
Well, that's nothing new.
Very, very true. Very, very true.
That's hard to argue.
I know.
Oh, snap.
No, I know. I'm not. Yeah.
See, this is when you're mocking. You got like 20 different parts bins out all around you right now.
Yep. I cleaned up the table, the build table, because I had little stackable containers piled up. Almost they were tilting over at one point. I'm like, yeah, I should probably tidy that up a bit. So I know the feeling that the table was a mess. I don't know if I'll try showing on camera. You can see I've got some containers stacked up here, and those are the containers I was using for most of the parts that I'm using for the floating restaurant.
Yeah. I still have quite a mess of things all around me here that are not on camera view. Deliberately.
Yes.
Ooh, all right, let me pop back in here for a second. And go to this other view here. Hang on. All right, just from that perspective.
Ooh, I like that.
There, little ingot brick for kind of the windowsill.
Yep.
Some texture there. I kind of like that. And then
that's cool.
Here. Yeah, I think this could be something.
Oh, there we go.
VR Gamer's asking you, Taz, what's that build?
You're better off buying 4 of the 3-in-1 castles. You get more parts than having the ability to build bigger car. Oh, sorry, which comment was that one? Sorry, Matt.
It was one
VR Gamer. Taz, what's that build? Yeah.
This one that I was just doing then was part of the Lego City police patrol boat. That's the back of the instruction manual. Set 60277, Lego City set. I was just building bag 1. Bag 2 was the police boat. It's got a floating hull, so you can, for kids, if you want to play with it in a pool or a bathtub, or for bigger kids as well. I'm not going to judge. But yeah, so it's the whole piece for the main boat. It floats, so yeah, it's cool. It was a set that's been in my backlog for a little bit. What was that, last year? Did that set come out? I want to say last year that set was out.
Yeah, it's still out.
Yeah, it's been in my backlog for a bit, and I wanted to get it out of the backlog. So it was a nice, easy, fairly quick build. I've been very Lego time poor this week. So the weekend's been my only time in the Lego room at the moment. So I didn't want to tackle a big set or do too much mock building at the moment. But I'm going to try to hopefully through the week catch up on the floating restaurant a bit as well.
That's funny, Scotty.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the other boat. Okay, I'll go back to the. So this is a mock. It's taken inspiration from the Lego Friends. I call it the houseboat set, but I think it's actually like canal boat or whatever it was. That set that came out in January this year. So I've kept the hull is the same size as the original set, but I basically gutted the interior of. The interior is very much a work in progress. It's not finished yet, but I've gutted the interior from that set. I've added 2 indoor thunder boxes because you've got to have an indoor thunder box. But the room up the back is a room that literally goes to nowhere, right at the stern of the boat, so the back of the boat. I've got a little doorway there that's got a black door frame on it. That is supposed to lead to like an engine room, basically on the boat. So in reality, it leads to nowhere because it the bottom of the whole piece is ground, like ground level, so to speak, or deck level. So, but again, just took a little bit of creative, licensing to have a larger kitchen area and have the bottom deck as a like a place where you can put your order. And then on the upper deck would be a full dining deck with a live entertainer, either playing.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Taz. Dave's got to take off. Have a good one, Dave. Sorry about that.
No, you're right, mate. So yeah, the upper deck will be a dining deck, and then the very top deck is the pilot house or wheel house, whichever you want to call it. So. It's very much still a work in progress. It's taken a little while, but it's getting there. It's work in progress.
But it's looking good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not going to be it's not necessarily a riverboat. It kind of gives off the appearance of one, but it's. I know that the more of the bow section, the front of the boat. I know that gives off the appearance of a riverboat, but yeah, I could add that sort of feature to it, I guess, if I wanted to. It wouldn't take much to do that, because it does give off that sort of riverboat or river sort of style cruiser appearance to it. So,
it does with that from that perspective right now. It definitely does. It's very cool though. I like that perspective.
Yeah, I could experiment with something like that, like a paddle steamer style thing. I could do something like that. What I would struggle with is the size of the actual paddle element, because if it was too small, it looks out of sort of out of proportion. But if I made it too big, it's just going to look ridiculous, So
Right.
I'm not trying to go for anything comical with it. I'm trying to sort of.
Oh, see, there you go. Scotty knows.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, cool. Okay. Yes. Yeah, a floating casino boat. That would be kind of cool. That actually would be fun. And if I had people sig figs, you could set up like a casino game. Also a casino game, a casino sort of themed boat. That would be fun. Oh, I'd have fun with it. Casino would be a floating casino.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So I put these little tooth pieces on here to kind of like represent, like, I don't know, like thatching or something from a roof, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yep.
I just don't want to put them ever along every single one. I just want it to be kind of interspersed out. And
Yeah.
it's kind of. I think it's kind of what I'm looking for. I want to figure out a roof just to see how this goes. Look, Greg, I almost have a little house built, and you have windows.
Oh, what are you talking about? I got a wheel. Look. I have a wheel. I got one wheel on it.
Yes. I think you have the idea there, VR gamer. A hay thatching kind of roof, because it's supposed to be medieval, right? And that's going to be anything super fancy.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for the comments too, mate. I appreciate it. And Macro as well. I like your idea of a casino. So my other idea with this was to either scrap the pilot house or the bridge deck and lower it down again and just have a smaller sort of dining area. But I don't know. At the moment, I like how it's looking, and it wouldn't take much for me to turn it into a riverboat with like a paddle steamer. It wouldn't take much at all to do that. It's food for thought, definitely.
So, of course, this is me and how I organize my parts, and I mix things up just for space saving. But in this container, yes, I've got some coral here. Ignore that. But I've got a bunch of these tan cheese slope pieces. Ooh, I could try thatching a roof with that.
Oh.
Hashtag pad wall, pad inventory. This is where mocking is kind of fun, experimenting with only the parts you have on hand. It makes it definitely more challenging, but I think more innovative.
Oh, before I forget, my younger daughter today is her birthday, so
Happy birthday!
She's not up yet, but I know she enjoys watching at times.
Happy birthday, daughter!
Yeah, happy birthday.
19.
Damn, Greg, you're old.
Shut up! Shut up! Yeah, see, I told you, James. I told you my wheels on the bus will go round and round. I told you. Neener. The live.
Neener.
It's getting somewhere, I think. I don't know if I'm fully happy with it. Thank you. Oh, wait, Dusty's birthday's too? Man.
I think it's been Dusty's birthday for like a year.
Happy birthday, Dusty. Happy birth Remembrance Day, buddy. Dusty will be like, damn it, every time.
Ooh, I should disperse some other color here too.
I'm not liking the front. I'm really not liking how this is coming out.
You're not?
No. All right, there. That makes more sense. No, I wasn't liking how the front was looking at all. It looked, because I had it up so high, it looked severely just not good.
I don't like this at all.
I don't like it. What am I doing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just sitting here going, let me
I
try.
don't either. I'm randomly just doing stuff here.
Oh my, it's moving though. To what? I have no idea. Okay. Yeah. But I am happier that I got a bunch of my stuff better organized. There's less grumble, grumble. Where did I put that part? Grumble, grumble. Where did I put that part? I am taking this inspiration, Scott, from Jang, actually. Jang did a city minibus for his, I liked it, so I am taking that as the inspiration for this.
Do you have it on your screen?
I have, hold on. I have his YouTube video up. Hold on.
Yeah, just share the screen at the moment.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds after I just broke stuff. Let me fix this first. So not the Fortnite bus? Which one's the Fortnite bus? What? All right, hold on. Oh, why is this not sticking? Touch. See, the front piece is really something I gotta get connected better because it's like
if I remember the way that he built them, he had a very wonky connection for the entire setup.
Yeah, oh yeah. This is not. Yeah, it's not something that's shelf stable, shall we say? All right, so let me pull this. Okay. Where else StreamYard go? Hold on. I will find.
You will try.
No, I gotta get. I'm trying to get the right. There we go.
You obviously that went over your head.
No, yeah, it did. So that's what I'm kind of trying to.
There we go. Yeah.
Inspire to. Now that I'm looking at it more, I'm up way too high. Ah, there we go. Now it's making more sense. I was up way the hell too high. But yeah, that's the Fortnite bus.
I do not. There's no try.
So that's kind of what I am trying to aim for, and then trying to emulate. I think it's a unique design. It's a really cool design. So that's what I was.
Yeah, I like that design.
Yeah, let me stop sharing that. Stop sharing. Moving stuff around on my screen. So like that's what I was kind of trying to aim for a little bit last night. I was actually playing around with the drawing of the front edge. So I wanted to have it so it was actually the bus front would have been like that. But looking at it when you actually have the piece in hand, it does make more sense to have it this way versus the other way. So I'm kind of trying to emulate that, but I'm trying to get all the pieces so I can get them towards a solid point. But yeah, the way he's got his is if to actually get the minifigs in and out of the bus, you're basically taking the entire whole side top off to get them in and out.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a very awkward connection that he did for that.
Yeah, so I'm trying to emulate and take inspiration from. Scotty, I know. I actually did some sketches. Like I've actually put some forethought into this one versus some other builds. Like what's the creamsicle type car? Like this guy. That's like a car. I'm like, I haven't thought about a car, so all right, slap this one together, and Matt's busting my chops. Like, oh, this is going to take you like 12. You're never going to finish a car in a stream. I got it done in the stream. What's the other one? This little guy. Do I like them? Hell yes. I think they're kind of cool. They're unique looking. I mean, Matt, I am a Padawan to Matt.
Speaking of Padawan,
What?
here's my thatched roof,
Ooh, I like that.
which I'm thinking if I can get the perspective right on the camera here. All right, I'm doing this backwards as I'm looking at the camera. Sorry about that. It'll be something kind of like this.
Oh, that's cool. It's all different cheese wedge slopes.
Yeah. And I'll have one on both sides here. I got to figure out the angling and stuff, and then I'll try to do something with the middle.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that, Matt. I'm almost out of tea. Hey, it worked. Well, kind of. Because even last night, we were on Kaz's stream with Stud and the Dud. Hold on. When did Twitter? There it is. Got it all over the place. Everything's all over the place.
Stud the dud, stud the dud. Who's the stud? Who's the dud? Guess we'll never know.
So I was working on that last night because Matt and I were talking. He's like, "Oh, what are you gonna build? Are you gonna build anything?" So I was busting them up. I said, I got that 3-in-1 Creator beach house set. I'll just build that. He's like, "What? No Moc'ing? Boo!"
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Oh, I'm gonna work on the bus. I'm gonna try to work on the bus, but I am gonna run and go grab some." As you can see, that you can actually start to see the bottom of my coffee cup. So I'm gonna grab some tea, change it up a bit. So I shall be right back.
Was there something I wasn't trying to?
Stud and the dud, stud and the dud. Who's the stud? Who's the dud? Guess we'll never know.
We had fun on the show. It was another fun stream.
There's another one of those just random conversations going wherever it goes streams.
Yeah. Pretty much like off the back of the 12-month anniversary stream a few weeks ago. Yeah. Didn't think we'd stream for as long as what we did for today's one, but there you go.
No, I was like, oh crap, it's 9 o'clock and the cats are starting to bother me. They want their treats. It's like, all right, I gotta go. They're like, what are you doing so late right now?
Thanks, Macro. Yeah, no, we also 12 months. We did that stream 2 weeks ago for the 12-month anniversary, and while I am sort of promoting another show on this particular stream, Matt was the first cab off the rank who gave us a video. Law Lego did as well, and among others, we had good mate Solo, and we had Matt and Stephen from. Is it Matt and Stephen from Lego Masters USA?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting Mark and Stephen. Sorry, not Matt. Mark and Stephen from season 2 of Lego Masters USA. We had also Fleur from Lego Masters Australia season 3. She was a contestant on there. Who else did we have? There was a few that left us some messages, which was really cool. Oh, Doc Sampson and Brick Hive also left us a message. So, but yeah, you guys are all legends. Thank you very much. Matt, it was great to have you a part of it as well.
Always.
It was fun as always.
As long as I got nothing else going on a Friday night.
Oh, Macro's on his 4th beer. Now, see, if it was summer, I'd be probably doing the same thing. I'd be cracking open another stubby as we, or beer, and but unfortunately, I've got some training to do tomorrow, so and it's earlier tomorrow morning, so I didn't want to run the risk of like I'm actually going to be out on the ocean for a little bit, so.
Ooh.
It pays to, because the last thing I want to do is get seasick.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Not fun.
Oh no, I've my own experiences when I worked on cruise ships. When I was a DJ on some cruise ships many moons ago now. But I was very young and silly and thought, I can get absolutely. This was, of course, after work. I could get absolutely hammered. And we ended up hitting some rough seas the next day. And, I paid for that experience. Damn.
Yeah, and once you get seasick, it's hard for it to go away.
Yeah, and
It takes time.
it's in no way any more fun when you're hungover at the same time. It's much worse because you're sort of still trying to figure out. It's like you're trying to figure out whether or not it's you're being sick from the seasickness or being hungover. In reality, it's both. So it's not a fun time being hungover and seasick at the same time. But lesson learned. I never did it again. So. Yeah. But that's the thing. I was young and silly, and
Coffee.
learned from a young age about consuming. And obviously, because I'm in a work environment tomorrow, it becomes zero tolerance for drug and alcohol. And as we are working, and I'm doing some training within an emergency situation, so we have like a drill or an exercise. So of course, I don't know what it is that's going to happen. I just know something is, and we just put it into a training scenario, and that's fine. It's good to get that experience as well. We work close with like other rescue crews, and if the weather is okay tomorrow, which so far we're supposed to be good conditions, we may even have like a rescue helicopter doing a simulation with us and that as well. So to be in that environment, it is pretty fun. It's certainly. It can be exciting because it's not something that you do every single day, and then getting up close to those big rescue helicopters and stuff like that's pretty fun experience. It's obviously in a real emergency situation, it's obviously far more serious and it's not fun. But it's when you're doing the training side of it, and then you get a bit of a break in between, and there's still that element of this is exciting, this is a challenge, but it's fun. It's a fun experience, and it's not something that you're hating or dreading. It's you're excited to learn other aspects of that particular work. So
Yeah.
it should be good. So it is coffee and non-alcoholic beverages for me at the moment, but tomorrow afternoon I'll be able to celebrate with some adult beverages. So be looking forward to that.
Advance to you, mate.
Hey, Matt.
Huh?
I should do another. There's another audio clip I should do.
Yeah?
There's a few There's a few more audio clips, man. And I only do it to myself.
Another one.
Oh, DJ Khalid.
Lol Lego.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Taz. He's not here right now, but this is a good one that we have to have some fun with.
Lumber pimp be rolling.
Oh, that's awesome.
Lumber pimp.
The lumber pimp, because he's always.
Josh will definitely appreciate that one.
He will.
He will 100% appreciate that one. What? Oh, no. Don't tell me I don't have enough of those. Oh, I gotta have more. I'll have more. Ooh. Look at that. I like that. So do you have a hinge at the top? Oh, look at that.
Holds it at just kind of the angle that I want it at. And then I can fill in the these areas here. Just gotta figure out how to do it.
Nice. Yeah, I do, James. Yeah. I cause my own problems. Yeah.
I'll be back in just a moment, guys. Won't be a moment.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm actually now I'm starting to like this more, Matt. I gotta get the front though. I gotta figure out the front though.
Oops. Pardon you.
What?
Oh.
What the?
Damn.
Oh, he's got. Oh, I see what he did for his. Okay, so he did his thing.
I see you're talking to me, Scotty. Yes, I am trying like cheese slopes. I'm going to try some other slopes here. Just got to see how the geometry works out with this.
Craig White. Actually, today I'm actually moving along. I'm actually happy with my build so far.
What have I done to deserve this?
What do I need here? Is that a full brick?
So I'm not sure those are going to work for the right geometry.
Oh, don't tell me I don't have just plain 1x1 yellow bricks. How do I not have plain 1x1 yellows? Oh, yeah, I could do. Oh, no, I don't need lavender. I don't need lavender for this.
Purple!
Cool yellow makes no sense. But I could do a mix of. I could do that. I could. Because it would give a unique color combination. Look at the pictures from the city tram. Which one?
Sorry, dude.
Ooh, work.
Ooh. Thanks for dropping in, that, Scotty. Hope work goes well for you. Have a good one, man.
James, 1 second. Let me try this, and then let me see what. Do I not have the right math?
Lego math is kind of difficult sometimes. That's what I'm working through right now too, trying to figure this out.
Oh, what did I do here? Oh, is it supposed to be 2 plates? No. Oh, all right. I think I know where you're going. All right, let me take a look in a sec. I think I got where I think I got where you're going. Oh, it was 2 plates. Ah, that's what I needed. It was 2 plates. But now I'm wondering if I should.
Are you figuring out stuff?
Yeah, I got, I got it. And actually, I think it's a little. No, it's not. No, maybe. Hold on. No, it's not stable. Why is this not? Oh, because I haven't reinforced anything else. Yeah.
All right, what is that going to look like if I do that? If I do this?
Hey, wait, you're grumbling to yourself now. No, that's my. You're getting into my lane, buddy. Get out of my lane. There you go. That's not too bad. Might have to. Oh. They might pull a hand. That's not too bad.
No. No, it's not. No.
I can understand like why he was like, this is super. I think once it gets a little bit more, that actually looks really good. I mean, obviously I got to fill in some of these gaps and stuff, but this doesn't look too bad at all.
Ooh, okay, this might be workable.
That's too low.
I've got too many things out right now. A true mocker will have 15,000 different containers out at one time.
Oh, as long as my Lego math still keeps working. Oh, son of a biscuit.
Son of a motherless goat.
All right, hold on. I gotta stabilize this better.
Good thing I have a ton of these little tan tooth pieces.
There we go.
Ooh, that looks right. All right. I think I have a plan.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I have a plan. I love the way the plan comes together.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
What's that?
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Temporary back wheels. I need more wheel back there though. Oh, just because I need. Oh, actually, no, it still does roll right. Oh yeah, that's rolling. Okay. Forget the Azure blue, but that doesn't look too bad.
Actually, no. I like. You need a second color on there.
Yeah, it's gonna have be white.
It has to be white. You can't do the blue.
Oh, I could. You don't think the blue looks weird?
No, I don't. At least to my eye.
Let me build it out more, maybe. I mean, I've got enough of the I think I got enough of that azure blue between plate and all that. I could do it maybe. Yeah, I might actually have enough for that azure blue. Oh yeah, hell, I've even got corner. Ooh, I even got corner pieces. Maybe I should do it in azure blue. Do the base yellow with the yellow, the blue highlights. Cause I know I don't have enough. I know I don't have azure in my 1x1s. Yeah, but the front's now actually stable. Like I can actually, I'm holding it by the windscreen.
Good.
Because at least I can put like once I put the fender, because like the fender piece is obviously going to go down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put, or actually I might put the lights here. Maybe put a fender piece or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, we know our good friend Dave has a bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have seen city buses that have had bike racks on the front.
Oh, that green and yellow one that I modded a little bit, and my other one's based off of that. That literally has a bike rack on the back.
It has on the back?
Yeah, that one does.
Yeah, but I'm thinking put one right on the front.
Yeah, I think I've seen real buses have that too.
Oh yeah, I know I've seen them. But I've got to figure out the placement of the driver because obviously we can't have the bike impede the driver's vision.
Sure you can.
Well, true, but actually, yeah, I can do the bike rack off the yellow, do the license plate lights here, and the driver's up high enough. Yeah, because I got to fill that big old fucking gap in.
I think this is everything is coming together.
Execute Auto 66. Oh, where are there's my parts here.
Not bad for just using everything I gotten from pab halls and all that.
That is starting to get smoky on Craig's side.
I know, he better be careful.
What's got to be? What? Huh? What?
It's getting smoky on your side because you're thinking?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Brain.
Brains are working.
Ooh, I'm totally digging this. I'm totally digging this right now.
All I see are parts bins, so. All right, there we go. Still see parts bins. What? Oh, dude. Oh, how are you going to finish that little cap? Right
I don't even know if I need to put anything right in that the second.
You don't think so?
I don't think I do. I think it can just kind of be like a natural opening.
Ooh.
No, I think this works.
Yeah, for like a little medieval thunderbox.
Yeah. Oh, medieval fart. Cool.
Oh man, 30%. Oh god.
Horrible unfart. All right, so I've got one. That's not bad. Oh,
Sorry,
you
guys.
just missed my reveal there, mate. Here you go.
Ooh. So what did you do with the sides there, Matt? Can I look for the side where you got the roof and that there?
1 second here. 1 second, flaky. And it's just
I like
kind of.
that.
I've got
Yeah.
two slits on this front part here that's kind of holding the roof piece in there too.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And it's got the teeth in there, the thatching look to it.
Yeah.
Sorry, this camera gets washed out too easily, unfortunately. But
yeah, mine does the same thing. It wash. Yeah, you get that color wash.
I don't think I need to worry about filling in this top part here. I think it's just it can be a natural opening in the thatching.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the way the Lego geometry is, I'm not going to be able to get anything in there either.
No.
So this is not supposed to be a modern building. It doesn't have to be completely enclosed. So
yeah. And look, Macro's giving you props there as well, Matt. He likes it as well.
Sweet. Thanks, buddy. All right, so there's one. I'm going to see if I can build another one here in the next little bit of time we've got here. If I can have a couple of them done using a similar design style, I'll be kind of happy with myself.
Yeah.
And I'll have kicked Greg's butt today in Moc'ing.
Hey, no hate. We only bring love to this stream.
I mean, they might be using hay inside here to sleep on.
What's that?
They might be using hay inside here to sleep on. I don't know.
Could be.
He said, hey.
Hey.
That never sounds safe.
It
No.
just sounds so bad.
That's sort of Thunderbox material, that one. Oh.
Wait for the moment.
Oh man.
And he's still sitting over there grumbling. Grumble.
Yeah, but that's not from me build 28. How the hell do you get worse?
Doesn't
That
like
was
you.
the answer right there.
Yeah, the more and more I keep looking at the whole piece from that police boat, I'm thinking of a fishing charter boat.
Oh, I think you definitely can do the. I definitely think a charter boat would look awesome.
Yeah, like I don't need a police boat that big. Look, the set's fine as it is by itself, not a problem at all. I'm not knocking the set. It's not really sort of for what I want to do with it. I mean, I love the whole piece, and I'm sitting here going, okay, this is going to make a really awesome. Not necessarily like a pleasure sort of yacht or a like a motor yacht, but more of a charter boat, like a fishing charter boat.
Yeah.
I don't know
Greg's
how
Pleasure
common
Palace.
they are. No, I am gonna have a pleasure palace. It's gonna be a floating pleasure palace, but it's gonna be using one of the older friends catamaran sets from many years ago, but going back a few years ago now. That's going to be used for that because it's that hot pink sort of pieces, and it's just it would be fun to I can get away with setting it up as like a fun party boat, whereas for this one I want to have it more as because the whole piece for me is perfect. and would make a really good size there's a charter boat at the moment close to a marina near my place, and it has it regularly docks there because it launches from there on a regular basis and takes fishing charters and tours out into the ocean.
Would that be a 3-hour tour?
Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. But the charter boat that is close to the marina where I am, it's got a small sort of cabin area up the front, but has a large sort of semi-covered, roof sort of canopy over the back part of towards the stern of the boat. But it's got a heap of fishing rod holders, and it's more for like those sort of charter, fishing charter boats. So a group can hire it out, or something like that. So I thought, why not create that? But I can actually put Papa Brickman in charge because he used to love going fishing in real life, and I thought, why not, give him. Rather than just putting him out on a farm, even though he liked being out on the land and being a farmer, I want to I also like to remember him when he just used to be happy just sitting down on lakeside fishing and but I thought, why not put him out on the charter boat and he can be teaching people how to fish, because he loved teaching my kids how to use a fishing rod and stuff like that. I mean, I was okay at it, but he had a better way of teaching them than what I did. So
that sounds like a great idea.
Why not do that? And I can actually set it up where I might even have, two smaller, child minifigures there. And I can say especially like an Instagram post or something like that, I can set it up to make it look like that, he's teaching, little junior Tazzers how to fish, and do something like that and have some fun with it as well. So that's sort of what I've got in mind. Yeah.
No, I'm not cleaning up permanently to clean up saying I'm done, but I'm cleaning up so I can actually physically put this down and crush it with my giant gorilla paws.
So I think there's a bit more. There's more potential with this set. There's a bit with this particular whole piece. It's like there's just a little bit of wasted space. You know what I mean? So I want to try something a bit different. But yeah, see how we go.
And that's a drone on top too, right?
It is, yeah. It's kind of cool. It's and it's got little, blue flashing lights to, I suppose, mimic a police drone or something like that. I would still like to actually have the drone as a part of the, like the charter boat, because there's, drones are now, especially when you watch the sailing channels and stuff like that, a lot of those sailing YouTube channels have drones themselves, and they fly them out, and you can see them flying around the sailing boats and all that sort of stuff, and they get some spectacular footage. So, I may try and do maybe a smaller sort of scale drone, but to have a little drone would be cool as well. So, it's I don't. Did you check out any of those sailing channels I suggested, Greg?
No, I need to.
There's some really good ones at the moment that I'm,
Great bait.
No, not yet. I need to. What the hell would I do here?
When you get some spare time, there's definitely some really, really awesome channels.
Wow, I'm a genius. Well, can you see the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fixable, though. It's fixable.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I was like, why does this look so... Oh. That's why. Now I have to figure... Because I gotta extend this out to get the depth I want. Fixable, yes. Just a bit of static. Not major. Not a major issue. Can be worked around. I think. Ooh, no, it can't. Like, how am I gonna do this?
Internet's been sketchy.
Oh wait, I could do.
How's that Australian internet going for you there, mate?
Sometimes it's good. Tonight it has been a little sketch. Yeah.
I shouldn't, but I sometimes chuckle when you do your little federal government Australian internet rant.
It's because honestly we got screwed, and you know it's just one of those things. No one likes their tax dollars being wasted, and unfortunately that sort of happened to us here with the current technology that apparently is supposed to be, you know, like world leading, and it's like you're right.
World leading into
Anyway,
what?
it is what it is, and we have had a change in government, but apparently, you know, our new prime minister is trying to change and fix it, but we don't know if that's going to. But anyway, all that aside, it's just what we've been putting up with for the last few years, and we got an email the other day. You know, there was a price increase, and you just think, really? But has the technology gotten better? No, we're just paying more because the company that we're paying it to is just wants more profit, but yet we're not getting anything really in return for that. So it's like, it's just that sort of kick up the rear end that we just don't really need with the cost of living going up. Fair enough. Like, I'd justify it if they're going to actually do something with that money. But when they just do a price increase for the sake of doing a price increase, it's like, you know what, guys? Enough of us can turn around and, you know, en masse give you guys the finger and leave. And I bet they'll start dropping their prices then to get people to come back. You know, so if they had a mass exodus of customers because they did a price increase for no reason, I would have safely probably bet that a large proportion of customers would, you know, leave, and yeah, you know, you do your talking with your feet and disembark from that particular service provider and go elsewhere and hope that the service is better. But anyway, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just, you know, you be a good customer, you pay your bills on time, and then you get a kick up the rear end of another price increase, and the technology has not improved at all. So, you know, like, but I understand if you're like, again, I understand where, you know, if I've got to take my motorcycle for a service, as the bike gets a bit older, even though it's being looked after, there are things that do need to, you know, there's a bit more wear and tear again because it's starting to become an older bike. So I understand when my service fee goes up a little bit. It's not a huge amount, but I understand that it's gone up a little bit because there's been a few extra things they've had to do this time around that they haven't had to do for the last 2 or 3 years, because back then the bike was new. So those parts have had, you know, 2 or 3 years to wear themselves in. And so you do understand, you know, I get that side of it, but the other side at the moment, no. So,
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah, it's just, I'm not the only one that shares the frustration, but, you know, there is a marked noticeable difference when, say, we might have had a panel guest on here that was in Australia but lived in a city, so like a large city. so their service will be better than where I am further out from, say, a major city. But I'm not just going to pack my family up and move to the biggest city just because the internet's better. Because living in the biggest city, your rent everything goes up. So, I suppose there is that give and take theory, but when the regional parts of Australia are, basically promise something and that promise is undelivered or poorly delivered, it's just that extra kick up the rear end that we just really don't need. So yeah, that's the sort of feeling that a lot of us have at the moment, and yeah. You notice it when you work from home a lot. You really do. You notice it when you work from home. I don't mind necessarily as streaming as much. Like, I don't care if my Netflix is standard definition or 4K. I couldn't give a rat's rear end. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I know some people do.
You can say it on here. It's okay.
Oh, well, I don't give a rat's ass if my Netflix.
We're gonna do it right.
Yeah, I honestly don't give a rat's ass if my Netflix is 4K or standard definition. I don't care. I know some people do, and that's fine. But when the internet service doesn't deliver on that, and it's you are basically throttled or bottlenecking, it does become frustrating. But when you're working from home, yeah, different story. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox now. But yes, anyway.
I wanted to mute.
Say, did you have me up on screen for some reason? I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, no, I was trying to move my mouse to hit mute because I got mail delivered. I went to go hit mute so I could step away for a second. Then brought everybody up to. Then brought you to solo. Yeah,
So here's another one that's kind of coming along. Same kind of idea of a couple of them that look similar. Thunderbox. Did somebody say Thunderbox? This isn't bad though for just like literally throwing pieces together.
That looks good. I like it.
I just got a haul package.
Oh.
Oh, son of a gun. Oh, Ned's gonna get it. Oh.
He told me what he did.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Come on.
Wait, I'm reading what? So for mine to Greg the bed at random and I can't get it. No, just wait. I'm reading comments real quick.
Oh, from Rob, yeah.
I'm gonna get Ned. Oh. Oh.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, I'm gonna get him. Oh. 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 I'm gonna get him. Oh, I'm gonna go get him. Oh. That is fantastic.
I'm sure he did something for me too. It came in like a rocking ball.
Oh my god. Oh, that son of a gun.
Now tell me, honestly, are you really surprised?
Can you read that? Can you read what he wrote?
Yeah, I know.
I'm excited because I got that's more stuff I got to put away and sort. Oh, actually, no, I can't. I got to do haul video first.
Yes, we gotta do a law haul.
I got to do a law haul. Law
Low hole.
Law haul.
law haul.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a law haul.
Low hole. Because it doesn't matter if his package is big or small.
Oh my god! Oh, this is funny.
See, the old narrator voice can make anything sound either nice or
Let's see. We are 136 into. Greg, I'm gonna try to clip that.
Here, Matt. I can try and give you another take. Here we go.
It doesn't matter if his package is big or small. It's a low hole. Oh yeah.
So screwed. So screwed. Why? Why?
Now, Matt, let me know if that didn't work, and I'll actually send you a proper recording. So I'll send you like.
Honestly, I think it probably would be better to have a recording anyway because we're going to have
do
music
that.
in the background.
I can do that. Sold. Done.
That would be absolutely hysterical.
Oh,
It's not a bad little intro. Like if you put
No,
some
that's a fantastic intro. I love it.
It's pretty cool.
oh! I have a special guest. I have the birthday girl just has popped downstairs. Happy birthday!
Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So that was Taz and Matt saying happy birthday.
Thank you.
G'day. Happy birthday from Australia.
Taz from Australia.
Thank you.
Matt's from New York. He's close. Taz
New York, yeah.
Hi.
New York, yeah.
you can actually put your hand underneath the camera
I
mouse.
was trying to reach more.
Yeah, that's. See, and Rob's from England.
Mm.
Hey, Brick Sergeant. I'm moving right along. Like the stuff that's on my sorting table is probably at a 2-week mark. But it's going. All right. Happy birthday.
Well, actually, Matt, can you just email me? Oh, sorry, send me a private message through Instagram just with your email address or something, because that'll be easier for me to send the MP3 file. Because I'm not sure with Instagram if I can. If I do send it as an attachment, it might not try to. I know sometimes it'll let you download stuff, and other times it won't from Instagram. So if you can just put it in the private chat, whatever email address you want, and I'll email it. I'll email a little MP3 or something to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to finish up this one level here, and I'll do it.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I can do it in the next sort of day or two or whatever. So
I also want to forget.
Thanks, Taz. Thanks, Taz.
he sounds pleased.
Damn it! Now I just got another clip that you're probably gonna go pull. Actually, that one's not bad. Thanks, Taz. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Taz.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Similar construction, just different coloring and look to it.
Cool.
Let's see. Same. So look, they're kind of built the same way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like once you got the prototype built and then you got your idea, then it should just be.
So like these two, they probably just built a couple of them together, whatever point they did in this history here.
Crap, I gotta find.
still got to find a golden chicken. I'm missing my golden chicken for my the Joker mobile.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got to be
It was
around.
Yeah, that set has been moved. This will be probably its third time that it's been, that I've had to relocate, whether it's been from, house or whatever, and I think where I had the set in storage, I tried looking in the container for where I had it and I couldn't find it. I have searched high and low and cannot find that piece. I'm probably just going to either try and order it or something off Bricklink or wherever. And I was hoping to avoid having to order it and just hoping I'd find it, but no, not meant to be. The sad part is it turned up, the same piece turned up in one of my daughter's Lego sets, but it wasn't when I say wasn't a cheap set, it was, it might have been one of the Disney ones or something like that. I'm going to have to go back and look at the set again where she got it. And if it's not if it's not a real expensive set, I might just grab that set and just, part it out and grab the chicken piece out of that and put it back on the Joker's mobile. But yeah, I'm sort of hoping to avoid because the other way, because I'm not just going to do a Bricklink order for one piece because of the postage alone.
Yeah,
especially at the moment, the postage alone is way more than what the part's worth. So it's like, well, if that seller's got other parts that I'm interested in, then yeah, I might be able to actually do a little Bricklink order and reasonably what I can afford and an affordable Bricklink order, but. If that seller hasn't got anything else that I'm interested in, well, again, the cost of the postage is going to, so I may as well pay that little bit more anyway, get the set that part's in and just party out the set. I just got to remember what set it was. And yeah. But, it's funny how little sets can give you inspiration. This was another little friend set from this year.
Oh yeah.
And this has given me the inspiration to go back. And again, the color wash is happening there. It's actually more of a what is it? I want to say what's that type of? It's like that green, sort of bluey green, sort of. Not aqua.
Go back in for a second.
Like the Azure.
Azure, that's the one.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
actually,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this, the other lighter, sort of that very sort of lighter yellow color, it has very much given me inspiration to go back and redo my pizzeria remock. So that'll be like the third remock. But it has given me that inspiration to go back. This little tiny set alone has just given me the inspiration to go back and redo the second, my second attempt at the pizzeria, because admittedly I kind of rushed the second attempt. I rushed through it because I wanted to just get it done and move on to another build. And while I'm not entirely disappointed with how that set turned, well, that's not a set, the mock turned out, this little set has given me that inspiration to go back and rethink it. So
I've got a couple of ideas. I really like how that remock came out because you're condensing down to half the size. You had to sacrifice some details, but you still did a really good job, I thought.
Yeah, thank you. And that I sort of again I did. There was compromises made. But with the upper level, like with that upper level dining area, there's not really a lot of room. I mean, yeah, I've had to leave a cavity for the stairwell and everything like that. But there's still not a lot of room up there to add more sort of dining space and make it look a little bit more, realistic as far as available real estate to have more dining space in there to sort of make it look like a more of a popular restaurant. So I am going to be downsizing even further, but again, yeah, there's going to be some sacrifices made. But I think by downsizing it even further, that it will force me then to concentrate more on the finer details. So
Right.
it's that little bit of a kick up the arse that I need to start working on finer details, because I don't like doing interiors. I've never counted myself as a strong interior builder. I like working on exteriors, but again, you look at some of another particular builder, especially Matt, you'll know who I'm referring to, that when you see his builds, you see pipe work, you see HVAC units, you see other stuff that is like, there's a whole nother level of realism to his builds, which I totally admire and I love. I just don't have as many parts as what he does. So, I mean, I'm having to, make sacrifices in some stuff. So
No,
I
I
think
totally get you. It's all relative in terms of things that we all have access to. Like when I got back in 3 years ago, could I be doing the things I'm doing right now? Like with this, even for instance? No. I had very little. So I had to, the stuff I was doing then looked, honest, I will say, it looked crappy because I was very limited. Now as I'm getting more parts and all that, like I'm getting more confident, my ability's getting better. So it all comes together to help with that.
Yeah. And I think that second attempt that I did on the pizzeria mock, so when I did the remock, I felt in some aspects, to me, the exterior more looks like a library or something like that. You know what I mean? It's got that bit more of a government sort of building feel to it. It's not a, whereas even just this tiny little simple Lego Friends set, that's a pizzeria. You look at that straight up and you go, that's a pizzeria. Even if you took, obviously, the 3D pizza sign off the damn thing, it still screams pizzeria. It's got that little Italian restaurant type feel to it, at least. It's
pizza.
Yeah, exactly. And that alone screams, pizzeria. And I'm like, okay, I've got to go back and revisit that mock and try again, because as much as I like the there are aspects of that mock that I really like, I just felt the especially the upper level, the exterior, it just looks like a library. Not that there's anything wrong with having a library in like a city or a layout, but to me that building looks like it was, a former library that just got gutted internally and turned into a pizzeria, and they just kept the exterior of the former library or something. So it just gives me that impression that I didn't give it as much thought as I could have. But again, back when I was working on that remodel, I was liking what I was doing. So I wanted to get it finished, because as you guys know, when you do a mock, you know that you're eventually going to go back and change it anyway. But if you don't at least finish a first attempt, you're never going to get it done. So at a certain point, as a mock builder, you're going to get it to hopefully what you want it to look like. And then you can always, as new colors and parts come out, you can go back and tweak the design. You can make upgrades and stuff like that. You can change some of the design of it because of, again, new parts, new colors, and it can, take on a whole new feel to a point. So I think that's sort of where I'm at the moment with the pizzeria mock. But I'm glad that people liked it. And look, for the most part, I've liked it as well. But it's one of those little niggling things that's sitting in the background telling me to have another attempt.
Yeah, all good, James. Here, not much you missed. Super tons. Damn it. Talking about Moc'ing rebuilding and Moc'ing rebuilding, and I had where I thought I was going for the. I had a decent length, but then I'm looking at how it's like how I need to finish connecting it, so I actually have like real wheel welds, and realized that I need to redo what I was doing by a lot. Oh well, the world won't end. Yeah.
With a bit of thatching there.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Now, is that just the white? Is that white? Because I know it's.
No, it's. Hang on, let me go to the other one here.
Sort of tan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tan.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Sorry, I literally have sunlight coming through a window, and it doesn't help the situation.
Yeah, no. I just was more out of curiosity because I knew you had the lights that washed it out. That's why I wanted to make sure that I had the.
Yeah, it's all tan there.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to have them
I love the detail.
asymmetrical too. Like one's got an opening more toward the side. This one's got an opening in the middle, and then they both got some windows here.
So are you looking at putting doors on them at all, Matt, or keeping them sort
Nope,
of
these are
open?
not going to have doors. They're just going to be just wide open like that.
It's a shame that you couldn't have and obviously they do them with the certain minifigs, but they have the cape sort of pieces, the different material that they use for the capes.
Yeah, cloth. Yeah.
Well, the cloth, sorry.
that
Yeah,
could
the cloth.
be...
Yeah.
Oh, Rob. That could be a thought, though, to be honest. That would be a Bricklink order kind of situation.
Yeah.
But that, just put a cloth across, like, kind of like right here. Be like a...
Yeah, just to sort of give them, I guess it's giving that, like, appearance of that they've got a little bit of privacy, as much as primitive
I don't
as
want to
what
put an
it
actual
is. But
door here, but a cloth could feel more right for, like, a peasant house.
Yeah. Sorry if I've made you go and spend more money than you were probably planning.
Yeah, it doesn't change. It doesn't change much. Let me see if I can find that.
I know that they even just. I just was thinking about. I thought, I wonder if, because I see him enough in the, especially whenever you get like a Batman minifigure and that, and especially some of those sort of foil bags that you get from the magazines. Sometimes they've got a cloth piece in them, and for the cape, And I know that they've had various colors. They've had black, they've had red. I'm trying to remember one of the Marvel or other DC. Oh, like Superman's cape's red, so you've got a few different colors there to work from.
Yeah, it looks like there's a few different options here.
Yeah.
So I may just have to... I'm going to have to spend some time looking through here. That's a great idea, though, Taz, honestly.
Just to sort of... Yeah.
Star Wars sets, Matt, have a ton of different. If you're not looking,
well, let me show you this right now. Like I'm on Bricklink, and let me just show you that all the default options that are available as I just scroll through here.
It's probably heaps. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff here.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
There's all this stuff, and they only show you obviously one color, but there's a bunch of stuff to go through here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to just kind of piece through and figure out what colors are available and how cheap they are, because I don't want to go crazy, obviously. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look through.
Yeah, it was just something that sprung to mind as I was sitting there. I thought, okay, if you're not going to have a doorway, I wonder if you use like one of those cloth pieces. It may not work out, but you never know. It was just one of those thoughts. So, oh well, maybe.
No, it's not. No, that's a great idea, though. I do like that a lot.
Oh, cool. Glad I could be of some service.
That makes a lot of practical sense.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's Lego. It's not going to reflect reality 100%, obviously. That's not my goal.
But it's
it
still
feels
showing
realistic for the idea of, that time.
Exactly.
If I have any floating around that I could try out real quick. I don't care the color. I just want to see how it would look.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the technique's it's a simple technique. It's just clip a bar element and
Exactly, and you're done.
Weave it.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
And there are, I've seen like clip pieces in tan color or those sort of other colors that would blend in with what colors you've chosen there to you know, for the bricks. So it wouldn't look like out of place, if you know what I mean. It wouldn't look,
Yeah.
because yeah, if you had the cape on the, or the cloth on the inside, you'd be you'd be hiding whatever pieces you've used to clip it into, you know, to it. So you'd be sort of, you know, hiding some of the magic. But
So, man, I don't know how well it's coming on, but
ooh,
this is the Octo training hut from Star
I
Wars.
like that. Yeah.
That cloth piece might.
Can you give me a part number, Greg, and send that to me? Because that looks perfect.
Yeah. That's why I'm like,
That's
hold on.
exactly. That's it. That's exactly it, Greg. That's exactly what I was trying to. I just couldn't frame it up the way that you did there, but that's exactly what I was trying to think of. That looks perfect.
Oh, see, the Star Wars guy comes through again.
A rare occasion that it is, but yes.
Wow. Wow.
Neighbor.
I thought we were mates, buddy. All right, I see how it is now. All right.
Hey, I could have said a lot worse, and that's why, because we are mates, that I didn't go a lot worse.
LOL Lego.
Yeah, man, I'll give you the part number. But no,
Okay.
it's awesome. But yeah, I think that piece of fabric right there is probably.
No,
Yeah.
that was it. Can you put that back up again? Sorry.
Yeah,
That looks perfect.
Yeah, because of the cut, the way that it looks, it's not even. It looks
That's
like
right.
something they would have cut to make
Exactly.
it dark.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
Greg gets a point for today.
2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 points.
10 points to LOL Lego.
Yeah.
Woo! Hey, Greg, how come you didn't get anything building done? Because I was looking for part numbers for Matt.
Shut up. That was like the last 2 minutes.
But that'd be like, surely between some of the Harry Potter sets and the Star Wars sets, you should be able to get those cloth pieces, I reckon, fairly easily.
Yeah. That's a great idea. I like that a lot. Woodland green, herb dark. Yeah, exactly. Let's see if I can find anything that's a nice earthy tone like that, for sure. Awesome. All right, friends, it is getting to 11 o'clock Eastern time here. I do have a birthday party barbecue thing I have to get to today. So I kind of need to get things wrapped up at this point, but let me show real quick again here the progress today to wrap up. We got one that's done now, except for the future cloth doorway. Another one that's, probably 75%. And these will kind of be like mates with each other, in some area on the medieval realm. Yep. So that's that.
There you go.
Yeah. How far did you make it there, Greg?
Well, the front I'm happy with. The back I started to work on and then fell severely hard and flat on it. So I started to work it out and then, oh, wait, I got this weird gap. How am I bridging it? So, as any good mock builder, rip it apart and do it again.
Oh, let's see if I have these pieces somewhere.
What?
Crap, where did I put those? Did I put them away already? I was thinking of something that might help with your wheel alignment. Hang on, let me grab something.
Okay. So yeah, but coming along.
Yes. Do you have any pieces that look like this? Let me turn off this light here too at this point.
Yeah,
These guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're doing a 6 wide build, That
Yeah.
can help align the wheels at a certain angle or a certain width on the vehicle. That'll help it look better, as opposed to that too wide axle type thing you've got there. Try that.
Mm.
Because
Yeah,
that's good for your perspective off.
I think I got. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got that.
Because as I've been doing the 6 wide vehicles, I still have this one. Of course, my thing does a lag for a minute. All these wheels are attached using those pieces for the 6 wide, and that's why you have kind of the 6 wide perspective that you do with these tires with the fenders. It works out perfectly this way.
That's okay. Okay. That will probably definitely help realign this.
And then I have this truck sitting here too. Same idea with the balloon tires. They go slightly over the fenders, but yeah, it works perfectly for 6 wide. Yeah.
All right, where are you?
Anyway, with that last little bit of help there, time to wrap up. Our good Australian mate Taz. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. We always appreciate it.
Thank you for the invite, Matt. I appreciate it. Good to see you, Greg, as well. And Greg, you're welcome on the Hour of Power. You're welcome on Starting the Dud, like you both are, obviously, whenever you're able to make it. I know, obviously, the Hour of Power is a little bit earlier for you guys, but if you're able to make it, you're always welcome. But again, Matt, thank you for the invite, mate. I always appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, bud. Just remind people, of course, I know most everybody here, but for for the replay.
Yeah, sure.
Find you.
So Tasman Bricks on YouTube, Instagram, and on Twitch. I try to get the odd stream on Twitch, but yeah, you can find me Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube.
I wanted to wait until Taz was done, but Rob was sending a couple of farts across the way here. I saw them pop up on the screen. I'm like, oh, they play in my ear when you do them. So as Taz is talking, I hear it in my ear.
Oh man.
But thank you, Taz. I always appreciate it, buddy.
Awesome, mate. Thanks again, Matt. I appreciate it. Good to see you again as well, Greg. And everybody in the chat. Good to see you, Brick Sergeant. I think Rob's there as well. A few others there.
And how about that Law Lego guy?
You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. And pretty much Tuesdays, Saturdays, you know where you find me. Right here.
Law Lego.
With that guy. And I just found a part number, Matt, so I'm shooting it to you in Discord.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks as always to all you guys, Greg and Taz hanging out. Much appreciated. Dave and Eric join us usually as well. And all you guys in the chat. James for always hanging out with us, buddy. Rob as well. Who else do we have today? We had Macro hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I know Cliffy dropped, or not Cliffy, Scotty dropped in. Cliffy's on his 12-hour dress stream right now. So folks can go check him out at this point. Have some fun over there. But yeah, I'll be back Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
But Matt, what about next weekend?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I always forget about this. Yeah, next weekend will be the 72-hour plus live stream event going on. I will not be at my regular Saturday morning time because of the time slots we have arranged. So, Taz, you're doing the Hour of Power in normal time, right?
That's correct. And then Adora Bill goes live for her time. So when have they got you on, Matt?
Yep. So Taz will be on at 7 a.m. Eastern time, at least in the U.S., for his Hour of Power. Adora Ruth is going on 8 a.m. until 12, I believe.
I think so,
I will follow her up at 12 p.m. here on YouTube with my stream on that day. I already do have it planned on YouTube, but the calendar link or the YouTube link is there, so you can hit the notify. But we'll definitely be doing that then. I won't be doing Twitch on that Saturday. Just to make sure I can participate properly with the rest of the folks here. But then we'll resume on the following stream after that. We'll be back to Twitch as usual.
Yeah.
It will still be Saturday. Yep. It'll be Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern time for me. So it'll be 3 hours later than normal. Because Ruth does have a full 4-hour block for her stream that morning. And then hopefully we'll lead a bunch of folks over from her to me. Fingers crossed, right?
Going to be a busy and a very tiring and busy weekend.
Be a lot of stuff going on over the course of, I think, 3 or 4 days at least. At this
Yeah,
point.
for sure.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Adios.
Yeah.